Let's take some entertainment news. Of course, there were a lot of things that happened this week, and just yesterday, the National Working Committee of the Performing Musicians Employers Association of Nigeria, PMAN, announced the indefinite suspension of Pretty Okafor from his position as president of PMAN, effective immediately. According to a statement sent to TVC News, the suspension follows a comprehensive investigation into Mr. Okafor's actions, which were found to be in gross violation of the PMAN Constitution and financial regulations. The infractions leading to Mr. Okafor's suspension include unconstitutional actions where he was said to have admitted to unconstitutionally involving non-members of the NWC in an international trip which was intended exclusively for 32 members of PMAN, including the executive committee. In the interim, Sonny Neji, who has served as first vice president, will assume the role of acting president of PMAN in accordance with the PMAN constitution. Meanwhile, we also contacted Pretty Okafor, who said that he is currently in Spain working for PMAN, but noted that the purported suspension cannot stand as it must be ratified by NEC, which is the highest decision body of PMAN.
It's a matter of greed and selfishness that is happening. This actually happened last year. The last time I traveled, they tried to impeach me because I refused to share the money that was meant for the radio station equipment, the PMAN FM equipment, and I insisted that they must agree for us to purchase the radio equipment, and went ahead and I purchased the radio equipment. And some of them were not happy about it. Some stopped coming to the office and that. This year, the problem is I brought a developer to manage the PMAN property, but for 2 years, this developer hasn't been able to do anything. And I got a funder that said he's going to provide, from Brazil, that he's going to provide 40 billion naira to help us finish the PMAN estate. But unfortunately, my ESCOs and the general secretaries are now doing deal behind me, trying to make the developer stay, because the developer promised them that he's going to give them one apartment each if they allow him to hold ground and run the activities and run the building. Meanwhile, the developer I signed was, I would say it's by mistake, it was my fault, doesn't have the capacity, doesn't have the fund, cannot build high-risers, because what I design, I'll use the word what I design for the Abuja property is actually a high-riser. So
well, we have more of that on our YouTube channel. Moving now, we go on to other stories. Film enthusiasts and industry figures recently gathered for the premiere of a faith-based movie entitled Ekwebiwom, translated I Have Decided, adapted to Igbo and Pidgin language settings. Ekwebiwom chronicles the story behind the popular Christian hymn I Have Decided to Follow Jesus, based on a true event that happened over 150 years ago.
It's a true life story about a man who decided to, cause a change in his community and neighboring communities, to liberate them from their atavistic cultural practices that bedeviled their communities. Although it cost him a lot, but he succeeded. In as much as culture evolves, but we must not hold on to the parts of culture that do not add value to our lives as a people. I believe that our culture is sacrosanct to the extent that it, brings us out as the people that we are.
There's going to be entertainment, there's going to be information, there's going to be education. The most important lesson is African culture is not all bad. It's not everything they say about our negative things they say about our culture that is true. In every society, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that's what we try to educate people on. There are good parts of the African culture and the bad parts of the African. So it's not because of the coming of the Europeans or Christianity that we change. There are some good things about our culture which we.
Well, film director Peter Sedufia is gearing up to release his latest movie, One Night Guest. Now, the film, set to hit screens on December 25th, 2024, promises to be a major highlight of the holiday season, blending Nigerian and Ghanaian cinematic excellence. At the recent press conference, the star-studded cast, which includes some of Nollywood's finest, like Chidinma Okeme, Iniedo, Lasisi Elenu, Akanani, and Warri Pikin, came together to share their enthusiasm for the project One Night Guest.
We are confident that this film will not only entertain but also strengthen the bonds between our two nations, also reinforcing the unity and creativity that define West African cinema.
Most of us grew up watching Home Alone. And that film is a film I want to watch every Christmas. I know what happened in the film, but I still want to watch it every Christmas because it's just when they were singing in the church, down at your feet, it's just a feeling that it creates. And I keep asking myself, when are we going to make a Nigerian Christmas film? So when One Night Guest came up, I was like, no brainer, we have to do this.
This film is a departure into the fast-paced world of a single moment that changes everything. It's an intense, character-driven narrative set in the bustling city of Lagos, filled with twists and turns that keep the audience guessing until the very end. The story's complexity and the intertwining lives of the characters make this film stand out as a bold and innovative addition to my body of work.
Well, our guest is here, and today we are going to be talking to an international star. We have with us a star all the way from the country known as the Black Star, Fortune Bless Fiadzo. He's a Ghanaian actress, writer, model, television host, and an entrepreneur. Thank you very much for joining us at this point.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right, so...
Can't you greet her in her native tongue?
Okay. What's good morning in Ghana?
In Ghana?
In your language?
Oh, mache.
Mache. Okay,
that's chi. Medase.
So what's the response?
Medase, thank you.
Good. I've done that right. Okay, so welcome. Yeah, welcome. So how has it been as an actor over the years? You've acted in several movies in Ghana and you're crisscrossing Ghana, Nigeria and all of that. How has it been so far acting in several movies?
It's not an easy journey, but it's been fun. It's about the passion. I view film for me is more like a ministry. I don't believe God just give you talent for anything, you know, just like we have the preachers, like you're doing your work, that's our work. So you minister to the people through your crafts. And to me, it has not been an easy journey, but I love what I'm doing. So I keep going for it regardless of the obstacles.
So I hear him saying that you are crisscrossing Nigeria. And
yeah.
Ask you this very important question.
Yeah, okay.
Nigerian jollof or Ghanaian jollof, which do you prefer?
Okay, so for information, I am Ghanaian, Togolese, Beninois, and my dad's mom is Igbo.
Okay.
So I love both food. I'm enjoying
That's not an answer. I asked you one.
They are both good. I mean.
But anyways, how has your acting journey been? Like, what are the challenges that have made you feel like, oh, I want to quit? How has it been for you?
It's okay. For me, I'm not a quitter. At a young age, my mom has toughened us. We were 5 girls. So the more you tell me I can't do it, the more I go for it. I mean, I might break down. There are days, of course, you cry because you meet people who make you feel terrible, like you're not human. It's something in the industry, which is normal. But one thing I faced as a challenge was my skin tone. I get people say, you're too dark. Makeup artist tell me, you have to lighten up a bit. I mean, you know. You get that? Yes, a lot. We know that a lot of ladies in, sorry, but a lot of ladies in Ghana are dark. Yes, but it's still there. Even among the black community, there are people who be like, yeah, Clarism, you're too dark. What do you mean by I'm too dark? I'm an African. I mean, but I take pride in that. I'm black and beautiful. Yes, just like Lupita Nyong'o took her dark skin to the world. Yeah, so I think it's a beautiful thing. And my mom did a good job by insulting us growing up. She would make fun of my skin, my nose, which in a way, some people find it toxic, but I find it fun because growing up, anybody who called me that, I've already been called that at home. So there's nothing you could tell me. I know my nose is not nice, but... Your nose is very good. My mom said so.
But who would you say is your favorite actor? In Nigeria / Ghana?
In Nigeria and in Ghana? Yeah. I'm to choose one.
Or maybe you're from each.
That would be hard because I look up to people based on different things, not just their craft. But in Nigeria, one person that is like a heartbeat for me is Inse. I'm not good with the names.
I knew it.
I think until you're an actor who sees acting from a spiritual perspective, you won't appreciate her craft. That woman is a beast. I'm emotional when I talk about her. Femboy will tell you, like, I won't say I'm obsessed, that's creepy. I love her craft. If there's a film, I will pay any money to watch her. You
should get her on this.
She's always surprising you. You don't know what to expect from that woman. I think Mr. and Mrs., after watching that film years ago, I'm like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
But I love so many actors, Bimbo, Mercy Johnson, Fuke Akindele. I get that a lot.
Yes,
I have lots of them. Because of the culture difference, I'm not able to mention their names, so I don't want to mention someone's name wrongly, but there's so many beautiful actresses I look up to. Bolaji, right? Bolaji. Yeah, I just follow her because she's pretty. It sounds funny, but she's so pretty. The first time I came out about like her film, like, let me follow her. She's so gorgeous.
Okay, so looking at the industry, so do you think, many people say Gollywood is like playing catch up with Nollywood. Do you think that way?
I don't see it. Why is there competition?
Well, people, as I say, people say that.
That's
People
society.
on social media, you see a lot of people say these kinds of things.
Can we change the narrative about competition? Is one Africa at the end of the day. Making film in Ghana, making film in Nigeria, at the end of the day, we are projecting our culture. If you want to travel back to history, I'm a historian, you will know that most of Ghanaians migrated from Nigeria, Oyo, Benin, down to present-day Ghana because of the slavery and all that. So we are one people regardless. To me, I say I'm an African because I'm from 4 different African countries by descent. So I am a proud African. I'd rather boast of Africa to the whites than boast, try to fight my fellow African man.
Okay,
I don't see it.
Have you acted in a Togolese movie?
In what? In
Togolese movie?
No. But I've acted in a Ghanaian film I spoke a bit of French.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not fluent, but...
Well, I mean, still speaking about the Ghanaian film industry, I was watching an interview with a Ghanaian film critic, and he was like, Gollywood, was in a sort of coma for a while, and then now it's getting revived. What are your thoughts concerning that? So
I think it's a matter of investment and streaming platforms.
Okay.
That's the problem. Here in Nigeria, one senator, I don't know if that's how you call your minister, or one person from their pockets can sponsor a film. And because the population is very large, let's talk about population. Population makes a great difference.
Okay.
So that is what is affecting our industry. It's not because we're down. We're just trying to find balance, trying to get invests, try to get streaming platforms and all that. But I don't think it's a huge problem. But looking at the last few years, including this year, how would you say the industry has grown? It has been dormant for a while. I think everybody's just trying to figure out what is happening, just trying to meet up. I think that's all that is where it's
meet up in what sense?
Meet up in the world is a global village. The world is running at a pace.
Okay.
So everybody's just trying to run, catch up, I think Nigeria left the CD industry before Ghana did. It took time for Ghana to do. So, of course, we are just trying to catch up. But the industry is still vibrant. We're filming every day. And what other challenges does the industry face apart from investment? I think the major thing is investment, trust me. Because they are great talent. The amazing talent, writers, amazing. We have great directors like Pascal Amanfo, Peter Sedufia, Shelley from PMAN. So they are making very good content. You should go on Showmax, Akwaba Maji DSTV, Ivan Kwashika. They are making amazing films. Ivanda, they are doing great jobs. So I think it's about the money. I mean,
so it means that those doing the great job, they are not. Are you saying they are not paid the commensurate amounts to their talents?
I wouldn't say that. Every talent and what they are worth. So I can't speak for someone.
Okay.
What about you? Do you think you are paid well, or would you like to make more money?
I like to make more money, but looking at industry, of course, if there's no money, you have to, of course, feel like have the empathy towards your director. You just don't drain him because you think you're worth something. Of course, everybody's worth like endless amount of money, but you take it bit by bit. We're all human. It's one industry. We work together to make it a better place.
So do we, at a point, expect that Bless will have her own movie?
Yes. I think like 12 years. As a child, I already knew what I wanted to do. Okay. And I had a good mom who, she didn't care. As long as you go to school, make your grades, follow your dreams. So I already, as a young child, I already had my production name. I already had a logo. I write. Okay. So I already have stories written down. I've drawn my pitch. If someone asks me, okay, I have this amount of money for you, give me a breakdown. I will in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I really want to know, how did you land your first role?
Yes.
Tell us that story.
My first role, that series never came out. It's called Sex and Wasi. I was in secondary school. I think I started acting as my 12th in the industry. So I started acting like 2013, 14. I was pretty young. But then I was acting from church as a child, like 6 years, church drama, school drama. So I went to secondary school. So there was this time, there was this director that came to our school for audition. I didn't want to go. I was very nervous. And my classmates, they knew I was good because I led the school drama all the time. They're like, you should go. And I acted. I honestly didn't know what I did. Okay. The man fell in love with me. He's like, that is it. So that's how it started for me. That's how it started for me. But one thing that gave me the passion was, there's this guy who liked me in junior high. And I think his own way of toasting me, he brought me Mercy Johnson's video. Then she used to barb, you know. She used to have a short hair, yes. And she said, you look like this actress. It was his own way to get me to like him. I didn't like him eventually. But I mean, that was an inspiration. When I saw Mercy, I'm like, if someone that looks like me can be on TV, then this can be a business aside just being a talent. You know? Okay, so what should we expect from you? I'm unpredictable. I mean, I don't know what the future holds. God has surprises for everybody, so. True. Just hope for the best. All right, bless Fortune. How do you pronounce your surname? Fiajo. Fiajo, okay. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you so much for having me. All right, so that's all we can.